Welcome to G Fun Facts Online, where we uncover the amazing and sometimes unsettling science of our world. Today, we're going underground to talk about a hidden threat lurking right beneath our feet. It's a sprawling, unseen network of what some call ghost wells. These aren't spooky apparitions, but they are haunting our planet in a very real way. These are the remnants of our energy past, old oil and gas wells left behind and forgotten. And they are silently leaking a powerful greenhouse gas, posing a hidden threat to our climate and our health. So what exactly are these ghost wells? Simply put, they are oil or gas wells that are no longer in use and have no owner responsible for them. Think of them as industrial relics. An abandoned well might still have a known owner, but an orphaned well has no one, leaving the government and taxpayers to clean up the mess. Many of these wells were drilled decades ago, some as far back as the late 1800s, long before we had strict rules for shutting them down. As a result, many were improperly sealed or just left open, creating direct pipelines for pollution to escape from deep underground into our atmosphere. The sheer number of these wells is mind-boggling. Because of poor record-keeping, we don't have an exact count, but the estimates are staggering. In the United States alone, there could be as many as 3.9 million orphaned and abandoned wells. Globally, that number could be as high as 29 million. To give you some perspective, in Pennsylvania alone, there might be up to 750,000 of these wells, and efforts to find them are revealing more every year. In 2022, the number of documented orphan wells in 30 U.S. states jumped by nearly 50% in just 1 year, simply because states started looking for them more actively. The main problem with these ghost wells is methane. Methane is the main component of natural gas, and it's a super potent greenhouse gas. Over a 20-year period, it has more than 80 times the warming power of carbon dioxide. Ghost wells, especially the unplugged ones, are leaking this invisible menace directly into the atmosphere. The U.S. Environmental Protection Agency estimates these leaks are equivalent to the annual emissions from 2 to 5 million cars. Some studies even suggest we're underestimating these emissions by a huge margin. The impact is enormous. One estimate suggests that the methane from U.S. abandoned wells has the same climate impact as 3 weeks of the entire country's oil consumption every single year. But the danger doesn't stop with climate change. It creates a dangerous domino effect. Leaky wells can contaminate groundwater, our source of drinking water, with toxic substances like arsenic and benzene. About 35% of documented orphan wells in the U.S. are within a kilometer of a domestic groundwater well. These leaks can also poison soil, harming local ecosystems and wildlife. And it affects the air we breathe. Besides methane, these wells release compounds that create smog, which can worsen asthma and other respiratory problems. Perhaps the most direct danger is that methane is highly explosive. If it seeps into nearby buildings, it can create a serious risk of explosion. In 2001, a methane leak from underground storage in Hutchinson, Kansas, caused explosions that tragically resulted in fatalities. And this isn't a remote problem. It's estimated that around 14 million Americans live within just 1 mile of a documented orphan well. So how do we fight an enemy we can't see? This is where the science of detection comes in. Scientists use a range of cool technologies to find and measure these leaks. On the ground, they use handheld gas detectors and special flux chambers that can precisely measure methane coming from a wellhead. But to cover vast areas, they take to the skies. Drones equipped with methane sensors and magnetometers are becoming essential tools for hunting down undocumented wells, especially in hard-to-reach places. Manned aircraft, and even satellites, can also survey large regions, looking for major leaks or